So there's something that I've been hiding from you.
This is all the water that I got in about 1 hour. In just one corner of the van. So I got about half a cup of water. So I got half a cup of water on this side here, which is one of the main one, usually like drip sometime in the back. I do have water today too as well in the front. This corner seems to be decent, but yeah, I sometimes get 3/4. I once had like like one full cup, like I was just like dripping of water that rag. So I'm gonna put a new rag, dry that one, and probably do that one again for another hour or so.
I do have my high top that's been leaking for days, weeks, months, and it's been damaging a lot of my van. I ended up calling back the high top company to attempt for the third time to fix my high top. And for that I had to remove a lot of my van bill so we could properly reseal a portion of the high top. So, where to start this video, guys? There's a lot going on for the past couple of days, weeks. That was behind the scene, if you want, that was in my mind, and I decided to let you know, guys. So every time I talk about my rust repair, about my high top leak, I do get a lot of people who won't subscribe because they're like, we don't want those type of video, we want an adventure, we want to have fun, and I get it. It's way more fun. I would prefer to do that too as well. But living in a van, there's ups and downs, and there's things that sometimes cause trouble, and currently I'm one of those. So where are we going to start back? A year ago, we're going to start that far. A year ago, I discovered that I had a leak in the back. No, in the front, sorry. A leak in the front. Oh, guys, when I was driving, I had water coming from here. From inside. Oh. It's got a pool of water there.
Yeah, you have a leaky high top.
Oh, no. We have a problem, Houston. Through the control. Can someone help me? I see the pool of water there. Yay! Pool of water. So I went to the high top company. They look at it and fix it. And that was at the beginning of the summer. So it didn't really rain. It didn't rain at the BC weather that we have right now. So I couldn't really test, and just going at the car wash doesn't really show any leak. It has to get water for a while for me to see any leak. So at the end of the summer trip, when the rainy season come back in BC, I discovered some water and discovered I was pulling a lot of water from the back. That was the back? See, I'm confused. I had some water in the front and the back, I think, again. So they changed the clean the windows, they reseal the windows, they reseal, what else they did? I think they just did the windows that time. That was before my trip in Quebec City to go see my parents. And again, rainfall coming, still leaking as much.
and I was going in Quebec, and at that time I was really frustrating, and I kind of didn't want to think about it, to be quite honest. So I kind of pretend I was not leaking for a little bit and I went in Quebec, and the whole time I was in Quebec I was like thinking about my van, because I was putting rag into the corner and twisting a rag every hour full of like 3/4 of water to a cup of water. It was insane. I was like, this is definitely not conversation. This is not like, you know, there's no excuse, like this is definitely leaking. So I went to Quebec, came back. I was really worried about the state of my van. To be quite honest, I put Kelly's little box with, you know, fresh litter in the corner to kind of like hopefully capture a little bit of water that would drop. I capture a little bit, you know, it come there, but after 2 days back in the van, I realized it was like a smell. I realized that I was not feeling good, you know, in my throat, and I was like, I do have mold. I have a strong feeling that there's a mold in the van. So first day that it was sunny, I ripped the whole back of the van. Was feeling really defeated, to be quite honest. Everything was wet, everything had a little bit of mold, everything was really like, I was ready to give up like my van at that point almost, you know what I mean? So I called back the hightop again. It went to a third time. This time they fixed the back corner again, did some tests and find out that maybe the one in the window was maybe leaking, so they again resealed the window and changed or whatever. And this is the first day that it's raining since I went to the third time at the hightop company, and to my big surprise, it's dry in the back. It's dry in the back. I was really skeptical, to be quite honest, but again, water, a lot of water currently right now in the front. You know, if I knew that my hightop will leak again and again, I would not spend 100 hours repainting, restaining, and building everything, because right now my access to the hightop and the hightop corner is really like hard. I had to remove everything in the back for them to reseal. Yeah, it's been 3 or 4 years now that I do have the hightop, and I think it was leaking way before I noticed, to be quite honest, because back in one of my first video I fixed the seal in the back because I thought the water was coming from my back door, because it had some water, but no, I'm pretty sure that was coming from my hightop, and the rust that I have on my front driver's side was most likely coming from there too. So yeah, not the news that I wanted to share, not the video that I wanted to share, but just what I have to deal right now. So it's gonna be hard to see, but as I was driving, the water came from the edge. I don't know if you guys can see some. Let me try to put the You can see all the water. This is following this edge here, and it was dripping while I was driving, and came down here. And if you know, I've been dealing with water floor on my water on my floor in the front. There we go, in the front driver's side, a little bit on the passenger side. So I knew that was coming from the hightop, but now I do have the proof, because you can see the water dripping, which the first time I came to see them, the hightop, they fixed that corner, but obviously it's still leaking right now. All right, So let me give you the last update of the hightop. I do have a couple appointments for the next a little while. We're gonna do a traveling trip before my appointment. I do have a personal appointment that I cannot change, and I do have an appointment with Lauren for Luffy Off-Road that's gonna check my leaky engine thing, and the hightop is gonna be after that. So my personal appointment is in a couple of weeks. After that, we're gonna take a ferry, go to Vancouver Island, and John from G5 Custom, that I did a couple of my stuff for my heater and things like this with him. He's on my Patreon, and he's like, bring your van to me, I'm gonna take a look at it. So thank you so much, John. You remove a little bit of pressure. So we're gonna see what we can do there. What's gonna have a fresh eyes on it. So I'm glad. And the main area that seems to leak right now is this one, the driver's side top one. The rest seems to be okay. Hopefully it will stay like this. But yeah, so that's gonna be the main area that I want him to look at it, and obviously we're gonna make sure that all the rest is good. So that's gonna be in a couple of weeks. Until then, we have a little traveling trip that we're gonna do. Enjoy this beautiful weather. Finally we have some nice weather. And yeah, that's the last update about the hightop. I wanted to finalize the update with maybe a little something positive, because I didn't want to just complain, and I hope that didn't show that way. It's just a part of my van life, and just something that I think people should think about before they get a hightop. Think about those aspects. I know some people have no problem with the hightop, but I'm just one of those that do have. So we're gonna have to take a look at all of this before traveling season, and yeah. So I hope you enjoy. I don't like to end my videos, but I hope you enjoy where the video is not super positive. But I hope you enjoyed this update. As you realize, this update was out of my regular schedule. I might do that once in a while when I do have something special to give you guys. My usual schedule is Monday and Thursday now. But if you don't want to miss any video, subscribe. I deeply appreciate, especially right now that that things are not going perfectly. And I do have a personal goal to reach at the end of the year, the 100,000. I would love you to join me if you like this video. And I will keep you updated with everything, obviously. And I will leave you with Miss Kitty, who is enjoying this beautiful, finally, this beautiful sunshine that we have. It's been a while since we have a nice weather, guys. Quite exciting. Enjoying the weather, Kitty? You want to give a kiss? You want to give a little kiss? Aww. Are you happy with the weather? Yeah. Alright guys, we'll see you in the next one.